want to thank everyone for joining us again this afternoon for the marketing competition. Our next team is from the University of Minnesota.
One source. You, the board of directors of North Star Hazelnuts, are the single grower and producer of hazelnuts in the upper Midwest. One nut. Our product, Hazels, contains one whole ingredient with one delicious taste and one nutrient-dense package. But what does this add up to? After adapting our marketing plan, Hazels will become a household name for the healthy snack. What Hazels is to our regional market will be like what Nike and Apple are to the international market. Simply put, Hazels will become an icon in our region. But to get to that icon status, we will use a data-driven marketing plan that comes at a low risk yet high return for you, the board of directors. And finally, we all look forward to serving the all-encompassing snack that is Hazels. For 25 years, ourselves, the University of Minnesota, and the Upper Midwest Hazelnut Development Initiative have worked tirelessly in forming the perfect hybrid hazelnut, a combination between the Canadian hardy and the European fruitful. The result is a rare natural advantage both in the field and in the marketplace. It is a delicious and nutritious hazelnut that can only be grown in our backyard, the Upper Midwest. The supply is there, and throughout this presentation, we will prove to you that the demand is there as well, and that now is the time for Hazels to come out of its shell. But before we do that, let's get to know our target market just a little bit more, as she is the pivot point of our entire marketing campaign. This target market came to life from our in-house survey with more than 800 respondents. We personified this target market as the young, active, professional women. And our colleague Emily fits that personified description perfectly, and we would love for you to get to know her and the people who will be buying Hazels a little bit more.
Hi, I'm Emily. I'm 25 years old and I'm just beginning my career in marketing. I am pushed to the limit at work, but love the challenge. Even though my work life is sometimes chaotic, I don't let that stop me from living an active and healthy life.
According to the 2010 U.S. Census Bureau, this population of women ages 20 to 34 is on the rise, and simultaneously their food dollars are going more and more into healthy on-the-go snacks like Hazels.
My profession is my top priority, but it doesn't come at a cost to my health. Clearly, my time is of essence, and I need snacks that are convenient and catered to me.
Hazels brings hazelnuts to its consumers in a clear, convenient package such as this. Inside, it's packed with protein, vitamins, minerals, and of course, the heart-healthy omega-3 fatty acids to fuel Emily's busy lifestyle.
But above all, I need a snack that will excite my taste buds.
From your first handful of Hazels, you'll be surprised that this health food has such a rich and flavorful taste. So go ahead and indulge your health. Throughout this presentation, Emily will be popping in and out to provide a real-life testimony for our target market. As we move ahead, please keep in mind the 3 key aspects of our marketing plan, and remember that we are here for a data-driven marketing plan and an end result for the all-encompassing snack. And with that, I invite my colleague, Lindsay, to further discuss the market analysis.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Our market analysis has 3 components: market trends, how we used our survey to identify our target market, and the size of our target market. Food trends have shown that consumers are literally going nuts. The USDA has stated that since 2000, nut consumption in the United States has increased steadily from year to year, and most of these nuts consumed are as a snack. The average person in the U.S. consumes 3.5 pounds of nuts each year. This equates to a $3 billion a year nut industry inside the larger snack food market. Convenience store news has also stated that consumers are relying more heavily on snacks instead of 3 square meals to get through their day. But to substantiate these market trends, we set out to understand consumers better through a short survey. We received more than 800 responses, and the results led us to our target market. Hazels is a great snack for everyone, but our survey identified young, active females as the most frequent consumer of hazels. 95% of our target market said flavor and nutrition were their top 2 priorities when buying a snack. But we went even further and conducted a taste test, and 87% of our target market said that they either liked or extremely liked hazels. These consumer preferences show us that hazels will be loved by women and be a surefire sell to our target market, like Emily.
Balancing a 50-hour work week with a social life while still making time to stay fit, I don't always have time to prepare myself healthy meals. I'm always on the lookout for new snacks that will fuel my on-the-go lifestyle. They need to be delicious, packed with nutrients, and also easy to take with me. 93% of consumer food dollars spent in the United States are by women. That's why capturing the attention of females is key to the success of hazels. Using 2010 census data and the scope of our target market, hazels has the ability to reach 300,000, 1.2 million, and 2 million women in our target market in years 1, 2, and 3. This is the perfect time for hazels to come out of its shell. Consumers are including more nuts in their diet, and women are looking for a delicious and nutritious snack. Using our marketing plan, we will make hazels into a household name. Now Megan will discuss our competitive analysis.
Thank you, Lindsay. Here at North Star, we recognize that our target market is consuming other snacks. However, we will create the demand in order to compete and gain a position in this industry. In our competitive analysis, we have identified the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats of Hazel's position in this industry, while keeping in mind the needs of our target market. Hazel's greatest strengths are the beneficial nutrients consumed in each bite, containing a high degree of protein, vitamins, fibers, and omega-3s, while having no added sugar or salt. Hazel's is the heart-healthy snack that will be tough to compete with. Another strength of Hazel's is that we are the only hazelnut grown in the upper Midwest, in turn putting money right back into our own communities. We realize that there are weaknesses acquired through any new product placement. By beginning with zero brand awareness, we realize that we may seem weak compared to already established brand competitors. Another weakness is that our shelf space may be limited, as the end-of-aisle displays can come at very high demand and are very costly. We want to capitalize on the opportunities with our brand Hazel's by being the sole distributor of hazelnuts in the upper Midwest, creating market exclusivity. Another opportunity we want to capitalize on are the emerging market trends, such as the consumer or convenience packaging and the health-driven marketing, as seen here by brands like Yoplait. Last, our threats in our industry are against other established health snack varieties, such as the non-brand hazelnuts, but also including other competitors like these shown here. Our final threat is that with any new product in the market, there may be consumer resistant to try Hazel's. By thoroughly completing our SWOT analysis, we have developed a marketing campaign that supports these findings. Here at North Star Hazelnut Farms, our brand Hazel's encourages consumers to indulge your health. Our strategy states that we're a locally sourced snack that is delicious, healthy, and conveniently packaged for the consumer with an active, on-the-go lifestyle. Our goals are to reach brand awareness of our target market by 20, 17, and 15% in years 1, 2, and 3. In order to reach these goals, we have developed 4 key planning assumptions in order for our hazelnuts to be produced. Our first assumption is that our hazelnuts produce a consistent yield. Second, our harvesting methods are efficient and widely available. Third, as our demand grows, our hazelnut farms grow to meet our demand. And last, North Star has the proper packaging and processing equipment in order to produce these hazelnuts. Next, Steph will discuss our data-driven action plan.
At North Star, we've employed a 2-phase marketing plan that will be rolled out in 3 different geographical regions. In year 1, Hazel's will come to life in our backyard, the St. Paul, Minneapolis metro area. In year 2, we will reach into areas such as Des Moines, Madison, and Sioux Falls. In year 3, we will extend our reach into Omaha, Kansas City, St. Louis, Milwaukee, and Chicago. Our rollout plan is set to be implemented in each geographical region, with Phase 1 focusing on brand awareness and Phase 2 creating the demand. These are set to be implemented in a 2-step process, with Phase 1 beginning in year 1. As we reach our market awareness goals, existing Phase 1 locations will transition into Phase 2, and a new market area will be entered, leading with Phase 1. In Phase 1 of our marketing plan, we will seek out local retailers like the quick family convenience stores for hazels to be placed in their fresh food section. In Phase 2, we will go to larger grocery chains such as Super Value, a chain in the Midwest. Our price for hazels is $2 for our 2-ounce snack bag or $10 for our family pack, which contains 6 individual packages. A big value of flavor and nutrition for a small price. Now, Laura will explain the event-based promotions that will help us reach our market awareness goals.
Thank you, Steph. In Phase 1, we'll focus on an event-centered promotional strategy. By targeting athletic events, fairs, and trade shows, we can reach our primary target market, like Emily.
Just last weekend, I ran a 5K with my coworkers. After the race, I was handed this cute little bag of hazels. Now, I've never tried hazels before, but I was delighted by their flavor and found out that they were grown by local farmers in Minnesota.
Leading up to these events, we'll approach local retailers about selling our products. Then we'll help promote the event and the retailers. This will result in a relationship that is beneficial for the retailer with more customers, for the event with increased attendance, and for hazels by increasing brand visibility. Our market research shows that in 2010 alone, over 100,000 women in the Minneapolis-St. Paul area competed in athletic events. Because of this, the majority of our sponsorships will focus on events like these. We will provide a marketing service and free product to the race in exchange for collecting data on race participants. We'll also hand out coded coupons and free product to finishers at the finish line, resulting in increased brand awareness, and we'll gain valuable marketing insight. We'll also visit the state fair. The Minnesota State Fair, which will be visited in year 1, is the largest state fair by daily attendance in the country. This will allow us to connect with many people in just 12 days. Also for events, we'll attend trade shows. In year 1, we'll attend Savor Minnesota and the Women's Expo, to name a few. Our trade shows will focus on women, food, and healthy living. To create a ripple effect from our live events, we'll use social media. Facebook and Twitter will be utilized to provide details about our live events and to post recipes. Pinterest, the explosive new social media site that is users are mostly women, will be utilized to post producer bios and snack ideas. Pinterest is especially relevant because Midwesterners are 102% more likely than the general population to engage on Pinterest. All social media platforms will link back to the North Star website where customers can buy our products. Finally, in Phase 1, we'll utilize the Minnesota Grown campaign. This is a local campaign that is already established and will add credibility to the Hazels brand. After our target market awareness goals have been met, we'll transition to Phase 2 while still utilizing tactics from Phase 1. In line with our low-cost strategy, we'll place regional ads in national magazines like these shown. To meet our objective of partnering with grocers, Hazels will provide grocer's guides. Grocer's guides are a 2-part kit. For the retailer, we'll have information on the production and distribution of Hazels as well as satisfaction surveys. To help the retailer promote Hazels, we'll provide point-of-purchase displays with informational brochures. Our 2-phase promotional strategy is a low-cost, effective way to meet our brand awareness and sales goals. Now, Dan will discuss how we'll monitor our marketing effectiveness.
4 areas of measurements will be used to monitor the Hazels brand and ensure success for our producers. They include customer relationship management, market penetration, social responsibility, and sales and profitability. Our sales representatives will utilize surveys to end customers, retailers, and the producers that we work with. This will add value to our product, and surveys will ensure that all parties in the supply chain are satisfied. Market penetration will be addressed by closely monitoring social networking sites and other online hazelnut discussions. Devices such as Google Alerts will allow us to monitor media frequency. Additionally, social networking site and website data traffic examination will be through Google Analytics and the Facebook admin page. And finally, a visual online dashboard system will allow all cooperative members to view the success of our promotional strategies. The success of our promotional events will be based on the distribution of coded coupons to participants of events and allow us to track sales of locations and data on coupon users. This will be especially important when it comes to deciding what types of events to attend. We will leverage our sponsorship dollars through the collection of this data and use participant contact information to further our market analysis. From a sustainability standpoint, hazels will do great things for the environment by being planted on otherwise non-tillable and erodible soil. This is extremely exciting because in Minnesota alone, over 271,000 acres will come out of the CRP program this September. Adding value to your product is our top priority, and therefore key financial ratios will be used to monitor the profitability and the financial stability of our cooperative. A realistic and reactive contingency plan will guarantee our success. Unknown variables will arise upon the launch of our product, and possible scenarios include that sales are drastically higher than we expect. We will delegate added sales dollars to specific marketing needs and allow cooperative members the chance to receive patronage. On the other hand, if sales are dramatically lower, we will reassess our marketing expenses and use our monitoring tools to reallocate spending where needed. Our sound contingency plan and 4 monitoring and measuring areas will ensure that the Hazels brand reaches the goals that we have set. Now Jared will discuss the specifics of our financial report.
Hazels' financial plan emphasizes a low-risk, high-return opportunity through minimal advertising costs and direct consumer marketing. We will bring Hazels to life from the ground up as an $8.6 million brand. We will generate revenue from sales of individual 2-ounce packages as well as family snacks packs. Shelled hazelnuts will be purchased from our growers at a premium price of 50 cents per ounce. Packaging and printing will be 7 cents, totaling to $1.07 cost per 2-ounce unit. By charging $2 to our retailers, there is opportunity for mutual profitability. And given the 45% markup for retailers in the snack industry, we project in-store prices to be roughly $2.90 per snack bag. To put that in perspective, that's less than half the cost of your gourmet latte. Given these input expenses, North Star can expect to see a net profit of 93 cents per unit before operating costs. The structure of our marketing plan focuses on making our customers our greatest asset as ambassadors, and direct marketing will enable us to launch a realistic, low-risk financial campaign. Our top 3 marketing expenses include sales representatives, promotional giveaways, and public relations. Hazels will employ 3 sales representatives in year 1, and we will increase to 20 by year 3 in order to reflect the change in our geographical territory. Hazels will reach 300,000 units sold in year 1. Established demand will increase sales from 4.4 to 14 million units in years 2 and 3. Now, you notice in our financial plan that gross margins will increase drastically as well, emerging from an initial 282,000 to reach that 13 million mark by year 3. We understand that overhead costs are significant, and therefore, Hazels will observe a net loss of just over $750,000 in our first year, followed by a significant return on investment in year 2, and by year 3, we will achieve an outstanding profit of $8.6 million. Our goal of achieving this brand is eminently feasible through our Cascade Market Plan, which will displace less than 1% of the current $28 billion snack industry.
Thanks, Jared. Going from 0 to $8.6 million in just 20 minutes is quite a bit, but an easy way to remember the rare natural advantage that we all have with Hazels is that we are the one source of hazelnuts in the upper Midwest, and that our product Hazels contains one whole ingredient with one delicious and nutritious taste. To capitalize on this, we will use a data-driven marketing plan that is proven. It comes at a low risk, yet high return for you, the board directors. And finally, we all look forward to serving the all-encompassing snack that is Hazels and making it the icon we know it can. And with that, we entertain any questions you may have.
It makes sense to have assumptions about production and processing, but there are risks, of course. So could you lay out what those risks are and how we're going to avoid having problems based on those risks? And then also bringing CRP acres out and putting them into hazelnut trees makes sense, but how many years does it take for a tree to produce?
Well, to answer the last part of your question first, these hazelnuts are actually grown in a bush type, and they can actually be planted in the spring, and by as early as 3 years, they will be profitable, and they're most productive and profitable in their years 3 to 5.
In terms of risks, we actually have enough growers currently to meet our demand for year one. Also, we have a patent pending harvesting system through the University of Minnesota, and that 271,000 acres, we only need a small portion of that, which I believe it's around 1,100 acres. So we won't need anywhere near the 271,000 acres. So the risk involved there of acquiring more growers doesn't need to be assessed until later years.
If I think of the snack food market, I usually think of more of a convenience store application. You seem to heavy up on your grocery store application for distribution. Can you talk about that?
Right. So in our survey, we actually asked the people who responded where they go to buy their snacks. And on this slide here, you'll actually see our research data. Sorry for the small print, but this is our actual data. And up here, the top one is the mainstream grocery stores, and you'll see that way outranked the other convenience stores, which was number 2. The reason that we focused on these 2 markets is because that's where our target market is going.
I got a question that relates to that then. You said that you're going to go into the grocery store. When I think of snack, and I think you said you're going to put yourself in the fresh market aisle or something to that effect. When I think of snack foods, I don't think of going where the salads and the bananas and stuff are. I'm over in the junk food aisle. So why would we want to be in the fresh food aisle?
Well, it's important that we realize that we're targeting the young, active consumer, and she spends a lot of her time when she goes grocery shopping in the fresh foods department. And there's definitely a place for snacks to be located there too.
And to follow that, we actually created the grocer's guides, and where we give the retailers our point of purchase displays where they can put them where space is allocated in their stores, so that they don't necessarily have to be in the fresh produce, but they could be by the checkouts or by other snack items.
Another part of your positioning your product was it was grown local. And then as I saw your map expand, I grew up in Nebraska, and so when the hazelnut gets down to me, I don't really think of or care about it being Minnesota grown, and that I'm not local to that area. So what are you going to do in your phase 2 plan so you don't emphasize that it's local, because it doesn't mean anything to me?
Sure. Not only as we expand are we going to look into other marketing or local using other locally sourced logos, such as the Minnesota Grown logo, because hazelnuts can be produced in these other regions as well. So it's looking into expanding our market. However, we also want to note that most of the consumption of hazelnuts, 97% actually comes from Turkey right now. So by creating any locally grown campaign, it can be noticed by our consumers that this product is grown in the United States and close to their home state.
Okay.
And to finish that off, the beauty of our 2-phase marketing plan is that in phase 1, we are able to feel out, test the waters of those new locations and see what they respond to. So for you in Nebraska, we'll see what you respond to in regards to the locality, or if you're looking more for the flavor and nutrition. So that's the beauty of the 2 phases. And then in phase 2, we can reassess accordingly.
Could you compare both pricing and nutrition against something like pistachios or something that we're more familiar with?
Right. Yeah, actually pricing in terms of our snack according to competitors, we rate fairly high up for comparable values. Pistachios and almonds, that sort of thing, they run between roughly $1.20 to $1.30, upwards of $1.50 per ounce retail. Our product, as you can see, is being sold as $1 to the retailers, and they can mark up accordingly from there. Nutritionally, you can see the added nutritional benefits here. It's especially high in protein. And also our survey that we conducted showed that our target market is more interested in consuming a snack that is both healthy and locally grown, and also that is more flavorful and delicious, which we feel we had an added bonus over competitors like pistachios and almonds.
And just to clarify with these graphs, this is a Craisins. That is one of our competitors, and they have quite a bit of extra added sugar. On the other hand, that's the nuts nutrients, and hazelnuts is the highest in monosaccharide, and that's where the omega-3 fatty acids come into play. Recently, the American Academy of Family Physicians just did a research. If a person consumes less than 1 ounce of hazelnuts, our hazelnuts that are high in omega-3s, for 4 weeks, they will have a lower body mass index, and that is from February 2012.
I guess, Jared, this question is probably for you. It's financial. I'm having a disconnect on the financials. We're multiplying our market by 15. We're going from 304,000 units to nearly 5 million units. Processing wages only double, and employee benefits quadruple. Help me do the math here, how we have such incredible growth, and who's going to be doing this work, and how can we not be incurring more cost increases than that?
Right. Actually, if you notice our plan, we actually will increase 44% and 43% from years 1 to 3 respectively in our total marketing budget. As far as the utilities expenses, what that covers is basically our power and energy for our production facility, also our packaging and printing machines, and the processing wages. What that alludes to is basically our warehouse guy or employee who basically packages and does that labor. And as you can see, that increases significantly as we add employees throughout the year. As far as marketing goes, reaching the geographical territory, as we mentioned, will increase to 20 sales representatives by our 3rd year, and that falls under, obviously, the significant sales representative budget there.
Where in the financials, in terms of acquiring shelf space from competitors, have you accounted for those costs somewhere and how did you account for them?
Okay. There's actually 4 aspects of that Megan briefly touched on, actually. But as you can see, based on our presentation, we're working on a demand pull system. We want retailers, we're creating the demand for retailers so they want to sell our product, and that the demand to buy it is there. It's going to be profitable. And that moves into my next point. We're mutually both going to have mutual gains. We're going to make some profit. Our retailers are going to make some profit. We're giving them the opportunity to make the right choice and sell our product. Third, we will have those grocer's guides that place shelf space in other areas around the store so it may not disrupt any of their current shelving situations. And we also do have a miscellaneous line item. If there are some retailers that think that that's not enough for them, we'll have some financial backing for that as well.
Since flavor is so important to your audience, in other kinds of nuts you see different flavors added. Did you look at any of that, do any research? Will we need to add any of those in the 2nd or 3rd years?
To talk about flavor, I'm the person who, I'm the foodie of the group. So trying the hazelnuts ourselves, we love the taste. Roasted hazelnuts, that roasted flavor really comes through. We thought about it initially, but to keep in line the nutritional aspect, that it's whole, natural, 1 nut, 1 ingredient, we wanted to steer clear away from that. Just to make sure that people were interested in this flavor, we did conduct a taste test, and that was through our unique relationship with Super Value. We were actually judges for their marketing competition. They allowed us to go into their store and survey 79 women, and 87% of them said that they liked or extremely liked that roasted flavor.
So your growth patterns again that you showed, you have some significant growth there. How much is coming from a new user, and how much of your growth comes from somebody that I've tried it, and now instead of buying just 1 pack a week, I'm buying it every time, I want a snack?
I'll take that. Based on our primary target market, that 300,000 value in year 1, that would only account for the primary target market alone purchasing it 6 times throughout the year. And obviously, with any initial campaign, we're pretty confident that this is our primary target market, but there's might be other people that like our product. So we feel that those added with our primary target market and those other market segments, we'll be able to make those sales goals that addresses.
Well, so okay.
Sorry, sir.
That's fine. I'll get you later.